So there I was, working the night shift at a quiet gas station on the outskirts of town. It was one of those small, dimly lit places that seemed frozen in time. The occasional car would roll in, but for the most part it was a peaceful night, or so I thought. As the hours ticked by, the empty stretches of road outside grew eerily silent. I kept myself busy, restocking shelves and minding the cash register. But that's when it started. A faint tapping sound coming from outside. I glanced out the window, expecting to see a stray branch or some curious animal, but to my surprise there was nothing there. The tapping persisted, growing louder and more persistent, echoing through the empty station. My heart began to race as I wondered what could be causing such a strange noise. Trying to brush it off as my imagination, I focused on my work. But the tapping continued, now accompanied by a low, guttural growl. Fear gnawed at my insides, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, that something was lurking just beyond the reach of the flickering streetlights. As the night wore on, the tapping and growling intensified. Each time I mustered the courage to investigate, there was nothing to be found. It was as if the source of the noise was taunting me, playing a twisted game of cat and mouse. Then out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of movement near the gas pumps. I squinted into the darkness, trying to make out the figure. A shiver ran down my spine as I realized it was a man. A tall, shadowy figure standing just beyond the edge of the light. My heart raced as I locked eyes with this mysterious stranger. There was something off about him, something unsettling. His eyes gleamed with an unnatural intensity, his smile etched with malice. I felt a wave of dread wash over me, as if I had stumbled upon something far more sinister than I could comprehend. With a surge of panic, I retreated inside the gas station, locking the doors behind me. But that didn't deter the stranger. He began pounding on the windows, his fists leaving smudges of desperation and fury. The sound reverberated through the station, filling the air with a chilling sense of impending doom. I frantically dialed the police, hoping for a swift rescue, but as I spoke into the phone, the pounding suddenly ceased. The silence that followed was deafening, and I feared the worst. Could he have found another way inside? Seconds turned into minutes, and minutes felt like an eternity. Just as my hope began to fade, the sound of sirens pierced the night. The police arrived, flooding the gas station with their presence. But when we searched the premises, there was no sign of the mysterious stranger. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. To this day, I can't forget that harrowing night at the gas station. The tapping, the growling, and the menacing figure haunt my nightmares. It taught me that even in the ordinary, mundane places, there can be an undercurrent of terror. And as I continue my nightly shifts, I can't help but glance nervously at the empty road outside, wondering if he'll ever return.